Hello, just wanted to document my voice almost a year on a low dose of tea. Um, yeah, I can't believe it's been that long. It definitely feels like my progress is pretty different. The rate of change has been pretty different from most other people's timelines that I've witnessed. But yeah, a lot of that is because for the first 6 months I was on a really low dose, probably like a quarter or even like a sixth of a normal dose, and only a couple weeks ago did I reach a dose that's sort of in the range of normal, still very on the low end of normal. So right now I'm injecting 100 milligrams every 2 weeks. So that is, I mean, for the 1 year mark, it's still pretty low, but it's definitely, you know, well on the way to being, getting my blood levels in the normal male range within the next year or so, maybe. So we'll see how that goes. It's still a giant science experiment, of course. Yeah, so let's see. My Adam's apple has definitely gotten more prominent over the last couple months. Actually, even though I just raised my dose, like I said, I haven't really noticed that much change over the last month or so. I noticed a lot, like this fall, my voice dropping and stuff, but lately I just haven't really. Maybe it's just that I've kind of habituated to the way that I look and feel now. It's kind of cool. I have no complaints at all. Um, and I definitely am not really passing, but I don't really try to. That's the thing. I'm just kind of in limbo, and part of that honestly is like logistical, because I'm in a master's program, and I plan on finishing in a timely manner. So I plan on finishing next year, at the end of next year, and so I don't I don't know. I haven't really explored all the bureaucracy that has to do with like changing my name while I'm at school, whether I have to change it legally to get it changed on, official rosters at school. And I honestly just don't really care. I like my birth name, and it's a very feminine name, unfortunately, but it's real dealing with my name and the prospect of like changing it has been pretty much the hardest part for me about anything related to my gender affirmation. I don't know. It's kind of like its own whole thing. I could go into it more in depth, and I probably will at some point in a post. But yeah. So we'll just see how that goes. I don't now it'll really, the question will be like, you know, is this dose that I'm on now going to tip those scales to favor me being gendered as male more? I don't know. I mean, pretty much it like never happens. I mean, like I never get gendered as male. And it's a combination of things. My hair and I'm kind of short. I mean, I'm almost 5'4", so I'm not actually that short, but I don't know. I guess, and I have a small frame, and you know, things like that. I mean, online I feel like I get gendered male a lot, but that's totally different. And that actually really helps. I mean, I can't tell you how far that's gone. Like being able to affirm my gender on Tumblr and then Facebook. Like that's really helped me a lot psychologically, and of course, especially Facebook helps those people in my social network deal with and just kind of get used to a male presentation. Yeah. And I also totally realize that a huge part of passing is just like really asserting certain things about your presentation and constraining certain things. And I have kind of no motivation to do that, honestly, because it doesn't really bother me to any level. I don't know. It's very ironic. I didn't necessarily expect that it would be like this, because honestly, before I started T, I was very anxious, socially anxious, and that didn't reflect a way that I had been for a long time. I actually dealt with a lot of gender dysphoria and social anxiety in the time immediately preceding like coming out and dealing with those issues, as I think a lot of others probably have similar experiences. But yeah, it was horrible, and so I of course only expected it to get worse, because that's sort of the way the narrative goes, but definitely hasn't. And I've felt, as I've written about on my blog, I mean, I've only felt more confident in myself, and sort of despite the fact that socially I occupy a very ambiguous space, and one that definitely could be potentially threatening and confusing to others, I pretty much don't receive any confirmation that that's actually the case. So, yeah, I guess if I could describe the feeling that I have, it's like a feeling of being self-contained, and I think that part of it is just privilege. Like, I think, I don't have to work right now. I don't have to, sell my labor outside of my home, and that's huge. I just think that class plays into gender and hence gender dysphoria so much. Like, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't actually even know. But I go to school, graduate school, on a fellowship, and I am able to support what little needs I have, which include food and, as you can see, books. So with whatever I've got. So that's the other thing, is I just, the place I occupy, and the places and ways that I navigate through the public eye and the public world, just, it doesn't seem that being, like a total, like being genderqueer and really ambiguous has many ramifications right now. And I mean, I know that will change. I mean, it has changed. It has been different in the past. So, well, I don't really know where I was going with that. I kind of went off on a tangent, but yeah, I just kind of, like, I haven't been posting a lot lately, because I just have felt like, honestly, I've felt like my narrative for my gender affirmation is so different from other people's, and I don't even know if it's really hard for me to even try to keep it in, like, a form that is narrative in nature, really. Like, there's not a big story arc that I can perceive going on right now. I mean, honestly, in several years, I'll probably have much more of a story to tell, but now I'm still just, like, I just spend so much time playing with my own thoughts, and kind of worrying, and then being excited, and then worrying about, I'm definitely, like, it's just reminding me that this whole gender affirmation thing and transition is just a big, like, cocoon phase for me. Like, I'm definitely still in my little cocoon, and I guess that in itself is a good thing to communicate. But yeah, I mean, it's par for the course for me too. I mean, I'm definitely, I've always been a philosopher. That's definitely, I don't know, I feel like puberty, I kind of initiated that in me. Like, instead of becoming like a man or a woman, I became, I don't know, like a mystic. That's definitely a big part of my queer identity, is spirituality and philosophy, and sort of kind of this form of, I don't know, world renunciation that I think is kind of queer in and of itself. But anyway, let's see. So enough of that. Let's see. I know there are, like, these physical things. I can't wait to compare this video to some of my earlier ones myself, because I don't even hear the differences in my voice anymore. But Let's see. So yeah, Adam's apple. I do kind of get like a stash thing, and I shave it. Just because I don't know. I don't really like it. I have like a couple of black hairs down here, but it's really. I mean, I'm kind of a smooth person. Um, in general. And yeah, not much hair growth really. We'll see how that goes. And muscles are coming along pretty well. I put up a pull-up bar in my house, and I've been putting a little extra effort into working out lately, especially over my break. So I feel pretty good. Abs. Anyway, this is getting long, so I'm gonna end it. Alright, y'all take care. Bye.